What's going on, everybody? Night markets, evening markets. I gotta get used to that. Ah, another day. How's everyone doing? Let me see people coming on now. Good evening. Good to see you. Yeah. Judy's on, Paula's on. Who else is on? Say hi to me. Dr. Ann is on. Good evening. Good to see you all here for evening markets. I want to come up with a catchy name for this market segment. Evening markets is what we're trading, but I want to come up with a catchy name. So if you have any suggestions on what this name should be, let me know. Good evening, Drawing in Hub. Good evening. Jeremy, good to see you. Good evening. All right. Michelle's on. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome to evening markets. Anything could happen in the evening. No news. We got a full account ready to go. So let's get to it. Praise God. Father, we thank you for even in the evening. We thanked you in the morning, but we want to thank you even in the evening, this opportunity, the skill set to learn a skill that will not only provide for our family, but would expand kingdom. We pray for your covering over this evening broadcast, that you will be glorified even in what we do. Your word says, let your light shine before all men, that they will see your work and glorify you, which is in heaven. Father, allow this work that we do tonight to glorify you. Allow those to see it and for it to glorify you. And that's the reason why we're here. There is no other reason why we're here but to do the will of the Father. Yeah. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so let's get to it. Evening markets. Let's go ahead and see what's in the market this evening. We're not going to be on too long. We'll probably go to like 8:30. If something gets really good and we start making a lot of money, we may go to 9. But I'm not going to keep you on too long. All right, so let me flip to the right screen here. I'm going to share my screen. Let's jump right into the markets to see what is going on here. Let's see what Nikkei is doing. And I'm glad everybody is coming on this evening. Make sure you hit the like button so others can find us and we can grow this community even in the evening season. So talk to me. What's going on, everybody? Marika's on, Joy's on, Michelle's on, Ruben's on. Good evening. Jeremy's on. Drawing in Hub is on. I got 2 screens going right now. Dr. Ann, Paula, Judy. All my friends are on. All right, so let's get to it. We go straight to Nikkei because we know Nikkei likes to move in the evening. Got a little bit of something that we got to make sure that we're holding up as support because the markets have been selling off for the most part. Everybody that is new to the community, welcome. Those that have been in the community, welcome. And we're all family here. So if you have questions, that's what I'm here. Hey, Corey, good to see you. If you have questions, that's what we're going to do in the night. Things don't move as fast as they do in the morning. So I have time to answer questions. If you have questions, post it in the chat and I'll make sure I get to it. And a lot of times people inbox me and DM me and all those things, and I don't have opportunity to get to it. This is a good time to ask me live and I can show you setups on the chart and all that good jazz. All right. So let's take all this stuff off. Let's just look at the naked chart here and see if we can get into something good tonight. All right, so evening markets is a little slow. You know, if you're used to this, when you come around that 8 o'clock hour, you really see if anything is moving. That 8 o'clock candle will move, and then it can trend all night if you catch it in the right position. But market has been selling off, and I'm not contrarian. I'm really a bull in the markets. Not really, don't really have a bearish eye. I admit that, and so I'm always looking to buy. And today, if you were looking to buy this on the trend line with gold, oh, it's sold off, and it's still selling off. And so I took a loss on the live with that. I'm still up for the week, but took a loss on the live just trying to buy a market that's not ready to buy. And that's important, to follow the market. Don't try to make things up. Just follow what you see, what your eye sees. And so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do today. So let's look at Nikkei. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see. Any questions in the chat this evening? How's everybody's week going? Is everybody profitable? Let's ask that. That's a good question. Are you profitable this week? Has it been a good week? Are you advancing? All right. So slow moving markets, that 8 o'clock candle is what I'm looking at. Really nothing that I'm excited about right now. So as we look to shift a little bit, we're kind of not at a nice area. You could probably just buy Nikkei and close your eyes, but that's not the way we trade. Michelle says no, unfortunately. Well, listen, Michelle, every loss, even if you're not profitable, it's that P&L, that profit and loss statement isn't always in dollars and cents. Sometimes it's about learning. And if you've learned from the losses, that is a strong profit and loss P&L statement that will carry you. You'll have longevity with that. Let's put it that way. You'll have longevity learning from the losses. And we all had them, we all take losses, and it's a part of the game. You got to learn how to take it. Jeremy, you said profitable week so far. Yeah, it should be. You was in that NQ trade that went really nice this morning. That was a huge sell-off. All right, so we're waiting for Nikkei to set up. So what we're looking at here is there's a few potentials with Nikkei, but we needed to prove out. Market has been selling off. U.S. equities have been selling off. They went to push all-time highs and then started to sell off. And so we have to be careful through the night if the market is done selling off. We printed a lower low here in this downtrend, and which could be at the bottom. It could be a liquidity grab, because you can see that we're producing a new high. And so now we need that to test out. The way that we're going to test that out without getting into too much trouble tonight is we're going to look at liquidity, the candles that printed that low. If we're thinking that the bulls will have it and this is a reversal, we're going to mark out liquidity. So that's the green candle, if you can see it right there. And let me enlarge my screen just a little bit, and then I'll jump back to the chat and start answering some questions. But man, really take this time to just learn. If you learn this skill set, it's going to feed you for a lifetime. As long as there's an internet connection, as long as the brokers are still open, man, people have been eating off this skill set for a while. So really take this to heart. Really show up, be determined, and with a pen and pad from people that are profitable and have been successful in this, really take this to heart. These sessions we're going to grow together. I really like this night session because you really can slow down, talk through it a little bit, and really develop that eye. So when fast markets, when you see us trading in the morning and the fast markets are going, we make really quick moves. And so a lot of times we don't get to explain the moves. Slow markets is the time I get to explain the moves, show you what I'm looking at before market gets too far out of range. And so what I'm looking at here, we printed a low. I'm initially thinking about the bulls having it just because we're introducing a new high. This was the last low. We're producing a new high. All right. So we got a couple tests that we're going to do here. One, We have a green candle that produced the low. That's going to be a liquidity zone. I'm sure if I pull up a volume profile, pull up a volume profile, and what does it show? A lot of orders took place right in that zone. So I pulled up a volume profile. I really didn't have to, because that zone, we can just grab the green candle that produced the low, and that is the candle that produced liquidity. You can see the spikes up into that and exhaustion. So now what we're looking for, because we broke through the zone, we're looking for a retest to verify that this is a liquidity zone. And once we get that retest, what we're going to do is we're going to take that to the upside. And normally what happens, and we're going to pull it below this liquidity here. And normally what happens is we either run up to retest the old resistance, which we have one right here at this level. Old support, we broke through. We're going to retest that as resistance. If we climb on top of there, we're going to continue to go up and continue to move our stop loss. Ultimate goal is to print a new high and possibly come retest the highs. But for right now, we're not looking to catch it all the way up there. That's just a possibility. We're just looking for the retest right now. So this is the first retest that we're coming up to. Old support, it's going to turn into resistance, and we can turn on a bunch of indicators and whatnot, but it's going to reject off of that resistance, come down here and retest the old liquidity zone. All right, so that's all we're looking for right now, is just that retest to come up here, print, reject, come to this liquidity zone, and we get long right here to the upside. All right, and we just keep moving our stops up below those lower highs, or we can just set limit orders to take us out of the trade as price goes up. All right, so that's what we're looking for here, and we'll turn over to gold and look for something similar. We would have loved to get into this move. It actually happened an hour before evening market started. All right, let me go to chat. Tim, can you cover how you layer your trades for those runners? Yeah, I can cover that. Corey says, I don't see candles on this chart. Yeah, it's candles. It's just the way I squeeze the chart. So if I squeeze the chart really tight, you're just going to see the outline of the candle. I have to really zoom in, and excuse me. I have to really zoom in just so you can see the candles. So now you can see the candles, the red candles, the green candles. All right. Really not paying attention to candles because we're testing right now, which is just that 8 o'clock candle. Let me go to this hour and show you this. So this is why 8 o'clock is important. This candle right here is an 8 o'clock candle, and you can see it opened up and took off. All right. So now we have to wait on the retest, but you can see why 8 o'clock is so important. That's why I trade at 8. And so the candle's already moving. That hour, we're barely into the hour. We're a little over 15 minutes, 17 minutes into the hour. And you can see how far that candle moved up. So we're still straight. We're just retesting this low right here, this lower low. We got to see if it breaks, and hopefully it gives us an opportunity. All right, so let me cover, Jeremy says, can you cover how you layer your trades for these runners? Yeah, and so it's really about structure. It's how you're marking out structure. All right, so right now we're saying that this could potentially be the low. It looks like it is, and then we're going to head bullish, and I'm going to turn to NQ. We're going to look at gold as well because it's been selling off. Potentially could be bullish as well. But I'm just going to mark out support right here. All right. And so the idea, let's just say candles was right here. We're waiting for a break, retest here. Let's say the retest happened, which it probably has. Let me go to a lower time frame, see if I can see it. Sort of. So I'm on a 3 minute. So sort of. It didn't quite. So um, I'm just going to pull this up just as the neckline of this last high that was here. Price broke through. It's supposed to retest. So it really didn't retest. That's why I think it's still going to retest. It's breaking through this level now, but we need a retest. Now I'm not looking for the retest. I'm looking for the retest a lot higher now. All right. But how would I layer into this? First thing is I would take the on that retest, I would take the order there. But it's all the way up here now. And so now there's a few things. Price got away from me. And so will it just keep pushing? So let's just say I think it's going to keep pushing. The way that I would look at this is like this. I would take a light position on this retest. Let's say we break and I think this red candle's a retest. I would take a light position here, right? But my original thought is that it has to come retest here. So that's the reason why I'm taking the light position right here. I'm going to show you this in two ways. One, I'm going to show you how to stack in when you get a bad position. So we take a light position here, and let me do this in lieu of using a real account. Let me log out of this account and let me paper trade this really quick. This is a simulated account now. That way you can see how it looks. All right, so we're paper trading this right now. All right, so let's say, and that's what we're getting right now is that retest that's happening, I probably should take this in a real account. So let's just figure this out. Let me reduce my screen size. Man, I appreciate you guys putting in the work. You know, this first year is your first year is about proficiency. The second year is about consistency. That third year is about profitability. You really got to put in the work. Now, I do think that price is going to come back down here, but I just want to show you this for example purposes only. All right, so I'm going to take, and this is Nikkei, which means it's a mini. They don't have a micro. So every contract is going to be expensive. All right, so I'm going to create the order at the current price. One contract is $1,000. So let's say that's light. $1,000, that's going to be light. All right, so let's say I thought it was going to move from here, and I'm going to take the buy right here. All right, so I took the buy right here, but in the stop loss is right here. All right, so I got one contract in on this. So if it comes down here, I lose 1,000. If it goes up here, I get 2,500. Right, so that's right here. So I went in light. My original position is right here, so I'm going to stack into this. So when it comes down here, I'm going to place the other order. So I may do that as a limit, or I could do it as a market order. But let's just do it as a limit right now. So I'm going to buy that as a limit. So that limit is on. So when price comes down here, I'm going to add another contract in. What I say when we do that is that we're buying it cheap. Right. So as price pushes down, in lieu of saying, oh, the price is going against me, what I say from a psychological standpoint is that I'm buying it at a discount. Right. So the price is cheaper. So right now at this level, price is going to cost me $1,000. But at this level, my stop loss is going to be $450. That's how much I have at risk. So it's getting cheaper as price pulls back against me. All right. And so I'm waiting for that retest to happen and I'll layer into that. Now, when price is going up and I want to stack into that trade, that's something completely different. All right. So if price is going up, let me get rid of this limit order first, and pull out my marker. So let's just say price went up. What I'm going to do is stack in on structure. So price is going to produce a high, and then it's going to come retest, right? It's going to come retest this last high, right? And so I'm going to put an order in on all the lower, higher lows. So I'm going to put an order there, and then price is going to push up. If it breaks this level and comes retest, I put the next order in right here, and I layer up. Now you say, well, you have a lot of orders in, you're just increasing the risk. I'm not. The risk stays the same. Why? Because this stop loss moves up where I placed the order. This original stop loss moves up to the last lower high. So it moves right here, which means it's at break even. If it retraces, it takes me out of the trade. So I'm trading risk free on the original order. Every time I place a new order in, that's a new order. That old order is at break even. And so that's the way we stack into these trades to follow them up. We just wait till it pulls back to the last high to retest that. We place the order right there, let it push up, move the old order up to that new price, right? And that's the way we can stack into those trades. Now, another thing to note on this is just this, and this is doing exactly what we're saying it should do right now. So we're going to get ready to take this. I'm going to switch back to my live account in a second here, because we rejected we went down. This was old support. We broke through. Now we came and retested that old support over here. We're coming back down to this retest right here. If that holds, we want to enter the order in right there and catch it to the upside. All right. So, no, that was a good question. That was a good question. And we want to keep asking questions, because we want you to get better. And the better that you get, the stronger our community comes. The more profitable that you get, the stronger our community comes. So these times in the evening markets, we gotta train each other how to see the markets, so we can be iron sharp on these calls. All right, can you explain retest and what that means and what it looks like? Yeah, I'll explain that. Yeah, Jeremy, that makes sense. Okay, good. All right, good. All right, yeah, I can explain retest really quick because it's getting ready to happen. And so market's going to move in three ways. It's going to move up, it'll move down, and it'll move sideways. If it moves up, it's going to produce, we call it a print. It's going to print a new high. It's going to retrace, produce a higher low, and then it's going to produce a higher high. All right, so this low is higher than this low. This high is higher, or this high is higher than this high. This low is higher than this low. That's the way that it's going to move up, right? And so the retest is at the old high. This is the old high right here. The retest is when it breaks that old high, and then it retests that old high. So that old high was resistance. It was resistance, came down. We broke through that resistance, and now we're going to retest it as support. That's a signal to us that it's going to continue to the upside, and we can enter on those upside orders. All right, it's the same thing on the downside. It's the same thing if it moves sideways. Only the difference is on the sideways movement, it's not going to produce highs and lows. It's just going to produce top of range, low of range when it moves sideways. So we catch it from the high to the low, then the low to the high. All right, so the market that we're currently in is a downtrend. It produced a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. Now it just produced a lower high and it produced a lower low. So we're technically still in the downtrend, and this is the test. If this one comes and retests and then goes higher, guess what? We're in an uptrend, and this was the bottom of that downtrend. We're going to the upside. All right, I believe we're going to the upside because if you look at the 8-hour chart, we've been very bullish off of this level. We've been very bullish here, and we've just been climbing. Now we have been bearish, but we've been climbing out of that bearish movement, pushing to the upside. And so we could find support off of this trend, and this could go test the highs. All right. Yeah, we can trade going any way. We can trade going up, and we can trade going down. All right, so now I'm going to switch to my live account because I like this trade. It's starting to shape up. So let me grab my credentials over here to the left and switch back to my live account. If you have questions, I'll go back to I'll go back down to the um, paper trading and show you that. But really like how this is moving right now. All right, so we're getting that exhaustion wick on that candle. We're coming back down for this retest. And that's the reason why you don't have to be too anxious in slow markets, because we're playing the structure. There's no news. We're playing structure. We're looking at this TDI for shark fins coming down so that we can time it appropriately. All right, let me switch out of this account. Log out. I'm gonna go to my Tradeovate. All right, I'm in the Tradeovate. Which account am I in? 35, 250. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is a challenge account. So we'll stay there. That needs to get traded anyway. All right, so this is what we're looking for tonight on this one. Let's quickly go to gold to see if gold found a bottom. See that, this is what I like about these slow markets, because it gives you time to go react and go back. Gold is kind of in that same spot where we are looking for to see if this is the bottom. We like this exhaustion wicks over here. And did we find a bottom on gold? All right, so gold is right there. And look, where we broke out here, we haven't really had a strong retest. These are all red candles that are coming down. So this move on gold could possibly retrace all the way back up here. All right, so that's gold is a really good trade right now as a possibility. All right. Also, Nikkei is a really good trade for the bulls. And it's just a matter of which one do we feel the most comfortable taking. All right. So we're getting that 8:30 candle, right? That 30-minute candle that just opened up. And it's bullish right now. We got a really deep shark fin on gold. We've retested some of the critical area that we got to climb on top of. It exhausted here before. So we have to be really cautious here. I like gold here. And I may not even need the retest off of this one because price is still low. It's really cheap. So all we have to do is pull below the last high and we're going to go back up to the retest. All right. So with this one, with this buy, we would go in right here, which has been selling off. Still a lot of sell off. If you look at the higher time frames, this is a really exhausted market. So we're catching this at a really good time. All right. So lower time frames is going to give us another opportunity. So we're not going to be anxious here to jump in this one. No reason to be anxious in slow markets. It's just do your analysis and make sure that you find the right confluence. Make sure things are lining up. There's no reason to jump in this too fast. All right, cool. He said, go with gold. Go with gold. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we broke through here. So a nice retest of the candle that produced those lows. Let's let that happen, which is really where it's at right now. So let's take a small entry. I'm on micros right now. Let's take a small entry on gold. If this is the bottom, I think we'll be in good shape. It tested it twice. We got the exhaustion. I think we're in pretty good shape. We're going to come back down. We know that. So let's just go in really light right here. So I got a market order. Do I want to risk $1,000 on this? Not really. Not where it's at right now, to be honest. If we're stacking into this, I don't really see it. Let's go half of that risk. And if we make 1,000 on this one, that would be fine. It looks like it's going to sell off from here. It looks like it's going to get a rejection. So let's hold off here. Let's see what's going on first. Because you really don't have to be anxious right here. And at least up to this retest, we may get a rejection at this retest once we break through. All right, I do like this level of support. I do like where our stop loss is. Let's it's still kind of, I don't see, this is the thing. If I have to reason and convince myself to do this, and I do like the hour, I will say that. But if I have to reason with myself and go through all that, it's really not something that I'm interested in. I shouldn't have to convince myself to take a trade. So let's go back to Nikkei. And that retest is happening. It's coming down. Yeah. B, that was be anxious for nothing is scripture that we always quote. Be in control of, possess your own soul. Those character development pieces will keep you out of a lot of trouble. You don't want to rush. You don't want to be prideful, think that you know it all. Let the market prove itself, and then you just ride the wave. And so patience is going to win evening markets. Patience is going to win evening markets all day. And we'll be profitable. I think we'll be profitable. I believe we'll be profitable tonight. But let's wait on the right setup here. All right, so I'm just going to go through a few things. Indices are going to be in consolidation, which usually if you come to evening markets, indices are not really moving through evening markets. But we'll just take a look. We're going to scroll through the S&P. This is NAS. Look at US 30. That's in consolidation. Nikkei, we're going to bring that up to the top because we got a nice setup there. Gold, we're going to bring up to the top. We got a nice setup here. We're just being a little patient for it to come back down first. Platinum. Let's see where platinum is on the. That has been selling off as well. Yeah, I think we were looking for a lower time frame move on platinum. Because once platinum starts moving in a direction. These are just platinum futures, Corey. Once platinum starts moving in a direction, it's really hard to get it to stop. So I really don't want to take trades against platinum if it's moving down right now. We're getting this short retest on platinum. So we'll see if that holds up. Silver. And I don't have a lot of things cut on just to look at. I'm just looking at structure through the night markets. Silver, I think we wanted that. We wanted the retest of this structure here, which is down in this area. So we'll wait for silver to come down. And let's see, Bitcoin's in the middle, Ethereum's ranging. Oil, let's look at oil. Yeah, oil's been all over the place, but still it's pretty much in the range. It really didn't make that retest, produce a low. We talked about this is that in the morning call that Wednesday crude oil inventories produced a new low, or excuse me, added supply by like I forgot how many million barrels of that it added, and so we knew that would sell off. So that was a good sell. What's the difference between a micro chart versus the other Oanda and FX charts? As far as as far as there's a lot of difference. One, if you're trading futures and forex, it's completely different. The same chart, it's the same chart, but the price is going to be different because in forex there is no central exchange. It's decentralized. So there's not one exchange determining the price. So every broker will produce their most accurate price. So the price is going to change from broker to broker. You may have Oanda, you may have Black Bull, you may have 8cap, and all of those charts in Forex will be different prices. Same chart, but the price on the right will be slightly different. With futures market, it's a little different because there's a central exchange. You have the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, you have the New York Stock Exchange. That's one exchange producing one price. So no matter what broker you use, it's always the same price because one exchange is producing the price. Now, when you talk about a micro chart, that's only specific to futures. Futures have, you trade E-minis and then you trade micro E-minis. So micro E-minis is 1/10 of E-mini chart in the futures. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. All right, Nikkei is looking like it wants to get long. Looks like some buyers are in the market. Did that answer your question, Judy? Good question. Yeah, and I trade everything. It's like if it's a chart, we could trade it. If it's a stock, if you have a question about a stock, I can look at the stock, tell you where that's going. Forex chart over here, I just keep them separate. I have our Forex chart is over here. My Oanda charts are over here. My strength indicators. So if it's a chart, we could trade it. So a micro E-mini may be the same as mini indices. No, a micro is just, so let me, do I have any? Yeah, I have two charts here. Let me see. I thought I had brought that up. So I have, so Euro USD. This is a micro chart for Euro USD. And this is E-mini. So I'll just show you what the difference between a micro and an E-mini is. I'm just gonna put a trade idea here. And let's just take it up to 1085 on both of those. Let's say we'll enter in at 108.125. Profit level is 1085. All right. And then on the E-mini, the same chart, we'll do the same thing. What would we say? 108.125, and then we said 1085. All right, I'm gonna do this because we got some time. I'm just waiting on this Nikkei. Hopefully we get this tonight. All right, so if I pull up my trade box and I take the order on the micro chart, let me take it on the E-mini chart first. Take it on the E-mini. Let's put one contract in. You can see that one contract is $200, and then I go to the micro E-mini, and we say one contract is worth $15, right? And so that the micro is just a fraction of the E-mini. Same chart, just a fraction less. About a 1/10 less. All right, so here's our two ideas, and both of them are sitting at the retest. Yeah, big difference. You know, I like trading the micros because I can put a lot of contracts on, so I'll take partials as price is moving up. I'll start taking partials. If you go in too heavy on the E-mini, you can't really take, like, say I go in one contract and that one contract is worth, $2,000. Two contracts would be worth 4,000. So I only can go in with one contract to control my risk. And so let's say I take partials. You got to close out the whole contract. So I can't take partials. So that's why I use the micros, is because that one contract equals 10 micro contracts. So with 10 micro contracts, I can close out 5. All right. So yeah, we're at the 8:43 hour. I wanted to be off quicker, but this is what I'm going to do with this one. I have to decide whether I want to take gold or Nikkei through the night, and I am going to take one of these. And just because I know this structure, I know the wick exhaustion, I know that it's finding a bottom, it's trying to find a bottom. I know that there's no news going. I know we're heading into the London session. There's a lot working towards gold. And I'm waiting for the retest, but I kind of want to enter in now just because price is going to be really cheap at this level. All right, so let's first figure out gold, right? Because this is range high right now. We need to really break through retest, but this is range high. All right, Nikkei, same thing. It's already broken through that range and now is rejecting off of the retest. All right, so it's just a matter of which one do we want to get in, and they both look really good to me. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let me see. This is what we're gonna do here. Yeah, that's really the move. I mean, I'm tell you what, and I know you're gonna be mad at me on this one, but this is the 8 o'clock candle on gold. It starts right here. This is the 8 o'clock candle. This is a 3-minute chart. So when you go to the hour, that's the 8 o'clock candle. So this is really where we want it to be in. If we would have took this right at 8 o'clock, about doing that double bottom, this is 8 o'clock right here. All right, so we would have been in at a perfect position. Same thing with Nikkei. This is, or actually the 8 o'clock is right here. This is the 8 o'clock candle on Nikkei. All right, so, okay, here comes that retest. So what I'm getting at is gold is kind of doing its thing right here. So you could take it high, but this is where we wanted to take gold at, off of this liquidity level, and it's going to move now. You can consider this the retest right here on gold. Is breaking the neckline right now. This is the retest. All right. So I'm going to go in light. I'm actually going to go in light and hold this one because it costs me nothing really. So we risk 830. And let me put the buy in. I'm going in a little higher. I just want to honor my price. All right, we're coming in right off that retest, but we're going to just let gold retrace. We're gonna take the gold one over the Nikkei. Kind of going to see this in the morning, whether which one is going to move faster. I kind of like the bottom, the double bottoms here. That's on gold versus Nikkei. But I do like the entry better on Nikkei. This is the 8 o'clock candle on gold, so we missed all of this run. So if it retraces, we'll have $830 at risk. I'm fine with that kind of risk. And we haven't had really the retest yet. And in actuality, I mean, you really wouldn't have to to risk all of it, I mean, you really could just move your stop loss to just below here if you wanted to be conservative. All right, now let me show you the second one. Nikkei at this retest. That would be also a good one. As this comes down and retests, that could be also a good trade there. And then we just let those run for the night. All right, so I think for the last 2 weeks, I've been really spoiled with evening markets. Sometimes you're going to get a slower moving markets. A lot of those 8 o'clock candles will push up, which it really has. I mean, this 8 o'clock candle pushing up, that's a really good move. Gold, this 8 o'clock candle pushing up, this is a really good move. And now we're catching the top of that move. But I just like the way structure is, so I'm just trading structure. And if you wanted to, you could say, if this truly is a liquidity zone, just move it below the liquidity, so you're not risking that much. That way you get a cheap buy into this to verify if it's worth taking at all. Yeah. So those are the two opportunities I think we have for tonight. And I probably, let me turn on some. Yeah. See, that's I mean, this break of the session anchor VWAP is kind of telling. So I actually kind of like this one. I'm gonna keep my stop where I had it, and I'm actually gonna just let this one run through the night. All right, so at that level, I think I was risking. Yeah, I'm risking $830 at this level. So risking $830 to make $2,300. All right. And I like that. We've climbed on top of the session anchor VWAP. Let's just 3 minutes, we go to 5 minutes. Yeah, a lot of volume at this level, but kind of like the direction that it's going in. All right. So that's gold. I'm in gold. Kind of waiting on this retest of Nikkei, and I think that's what we're going to do tonight. We're 10 minutes away from the hour, so we're going to see what happens here. All right, that's evening markets. That's all. I think this is. These are two good plays. I think we're a little. I do kind of want to wait for this retest. If this retest happens after the call, I'm just letting you know. I probably will end up taking this retest if it does come down and hold right there. Just be cautious of this last liquidity level. All right, any questions before we close out tonight? All right, we're going to see what happens. So I'm in gold. We're going to let this one run through the night. I'm not going to touch it. This is one of those trades where you just set the laptop, close your laptop, shut down your computer. Don't mess with it. Just let the trade run. Think about risk management. This is one of those things. If you lose this trade, this is a 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 type trade. So if you lose this trade and get the next one, I mean, you can do that 3 times out of 10 and still be profitable. You know, if your risk reward is 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So yeah. Did anybody take a trade tonight? Let's start there. Did anybody take a trade before we close out? Yeah, I'll send you a video, Corey. There's some training coming out. If you're not aware of how to set up an account, there's some training coming out. But I'll send you some videos on how to set up your account, your trade account. And yeah, Judy, yeah, you're in demo. Corey, if you know how to go on TradingView, get a TradingView account. You can come down here and open up a paper trading account. And but I'll send you a video of how to do that. You inbox me, so I'll reply to the inbox and send that to you. Okay, Drawn, you're in gold as well. Yeah, I do like. I mean, I like the retest if it's going to hold. You know, I also like the ranges here, and I like that we climbed on top of the session anchor VWAP. We'll probably end up retesting it, but you know, it could be a climb out of this downtrend. So I like kind of where it's sitting. So we'll see how it plays out. It's not giving us the move right now. No sense in sitting at the in front of the screen watching it. This is one of those things that you can kind of be confident in the double bottom and what it's showing you, and just let it play out. Yeah, I'm trying to get into gold too. Yeah, I mean, you could take a small risk if, you know, I'm not going to stick around and wait on it to get down lower. But possibly if you, I mean, I think it will come down and retest the session anchor VWAP. If you want to wait for it to get down there, I could see you doing that. Otherwise, just limit the risk and take it at the at this current level at 23.34. Let's see what this next candle does. The new 5 minutes opening up. Yeah, it's not doing anything. All right, so that's what we got for tonight. We'll see how it ends up. I think it's going to be profitable. I think we're going to be in good shape here. So, yeah. Now let me show you this. This will be the last thing I show you before we get off the call, of how I would like to handle this trade, just so we're not having it run without any control. So let's do, because I think this would be a good example of what you potentially could do. All right. So let's say it runs up and it comes to this level, but it doesn't make it past this level, you know, and it starts coming down. If you're in profit, you don't want to lose that profit. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to layer our positions in. If you put a limit order in, and we're going to put a stop limit on this. So it's going to be, let me do it like this. No, we're just going to put a stop limit on it. All right. And initially it's going to be 10, but I'm going to change that. So let's say it comes up to here. I'm going to take off, at that point, I'm going to take off half the position. All right, so I'm going to modify the order, take off half of the position right there. And then let's say it goes up a little further to this area here. I'm going to take off at this area. I'm going to take off another, let's say I'm going to take off 2 here. Actually, I want to take off 3 here and leave 2 runners. So we're going to modify the order. So that's 5, that's 8. And then up here, we'll take off the remaining 2. All right, so that's all 10 contracts will be canceled as this moves up. Right, and so I'm going to be asleep. I'm not going to watch it through the night. So that's a way that we can control the orders as it runs up. All right, so we kind of get the rejection off that level. Let's see if this pushes up. And then let's do the same thing on the way down. Let's limit the risk on the way down. I kind of like keeping it right here. So I probably just leave it like that. But you could stack it in the same way going down. Like if I wanted to put in buy orders to stack into this, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to let it run and see what it does. See if it survives the retest. It's on its way up now. But let's see if it survives that retest. Yeah, it's pushing. All right. Any other questions before we leave? This was night markets, our evening markets. Thank you for hanging out with me. We're right up against that 9 o'clock hour. We don't want to extend it past that. We're going to let this run. The trade looks really good. It survived the retest, and it's continuing to push up. So we may have reached the bottom and can start trending up here. And so we'll wake up tomorrow and see what it actually did for us. But thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It really helps for some reason with the algorithm. It really helps us spread the news about what we're doing. But appreciate everybody for showing up tonight. Good questions tonight. Let's use this segment to grow together, get really good at this. And that way we can come into the morning markets really effective and pushing, especially when the training comes. Look out for the training that's coming, because that's really going to enhance a lot of these trades as well. But no, good session tonight. We'll end it for right now. Everyone have a good night. Thanks everybody for joining, and appreciate y'all. We will not be on Monday morning. For those that join the morning call, we'll be back on Tuesday at 6 a.m. Central Time. And then I'll be back on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. for evening markets. So thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Appreciate y'all. And that's been a good segment. All right.